Hi, David Wood from GetPaidForWhoYouAre.com, and I am loving your comments on the last video. We've got 43 comments so far and climbing, and you guys have told me exactly what you need to know right now to be able to automate your service to the world so you can be sleeping, creating a new business, creating a new charity, on the beach, spending time with family. Thank you for all your comments. And I'm going to respond right now in your first official training video. So grab a pen and paper, you'll need it. The topic is why most solopreneurs fail at growing their business or even getting their business off the ground, especially when they start dabbling in the internet. And I'll tell you what to do about it, how you can beat that. And you told me in your comments, here's a comment from Meg who says, I need to know where to start with getting everything automated. Erica says, I need a step-by-step outline. Barry Isaacson said, I need to know how to do this correctly so that it works and is not a waste of time and money. We can all relate to that, right? And now imagine if you had, as Doug Breitbart asks for, a Reader's Digest version of the mechanics, technology, and choices that are involved. What if you had a map or a picture of how all of these pieces fit together? Well, that's what you get in the training program. That's why my training is different, because when you go on the internet and you look at all the different internet marketing programs or you hear the speakers, it's so overwhelming. I gave a speech to 1,200 people at Harv Eker's conference in Los Angeles, and we sold a bunch. We sold $150,000 in training. That's how much people loved it. But at the next speech, there were less people in the audience, and we tripled sales. How did we do that? We did it because I broke it down into a 7-step process. People have shown over and over again that they need an outline. You need an outline so that you're not overwhelmed. You need a blueprint. And that's what I'm going to give you now. That's what I give you in my training program. I show you how to do it, but I'm not going to have you wait until you buy the training program. I'm going to give it to you now so you can see the value of the training and see the value of this blueprint. And it's awesome. So grab a pen and paper. Just zoom up to the 30,000 foot view with me and take in the big picture. That's what we're doing now. So step 1, you pick your niche. Now, not just any niche. Firstly, it has to be a focused niche. So not just, oh, I help people live longer, or I help people to start their own business. You have to be focused and clear so people can repeat your information, and so that you become an expert at it. The niche also has to be something that you are passionate about. You must be excited, and trust me, when you click into this is who I help and this is how I help them, it's going to make an enormous difference to your life. Not just your business, but to your life. And the other component of a niche is there must be demand for it. And don't worry, in the training program, I'll tell you how to actually find out if there's demand. Like, do people want what you're offering? So that's step 1, pick a niche that's focused. And of course, there's research involved in doing it, but do not skip over this step. So many people do it and they fail. Step 2, you must set up your website in 7 days. Now, I know that may sound a bit radical, but what happens, again, is people get overwhelmed. Go and look at my site. I've got 484 pages on my site, and that's one of them. I've got 10 different websites. What you want to do is set up a 4-page website. And yes, there are easy ways to do it. That way you don't get overwhelmed. You've got something to drive traffic to, but you're up and running. This is really important. Step 3. Set up your newsletter in 7 days. And whoa, the sun just came out, which is very rare in Middle Valley, so I'm just going to roll with it as the consummate professional I am, even though I probably now look like Casper the Ghost. So you set up your newsletter in 7 days. Now, people just get, again, overwhelmed and think it's got to be huge. I mean, I've been at this for 10 years. Don't look at the other people who've been around for a long time and judge what you have to do based on that. Your newsletter can be 1 paragraph. And in the training program, I'll give you I'll give you a way to come up with 75 topics for a newsletter, and you can do that in about 15 minutes. Okay, that's pushing it, maybe 20. And there are ways that you can grab existing content off the web with people's permission and put it into a series of emails so that you can set up your newsletter in advance for 6 months. It's handled. Now, when I say set it up for, in 7 days, you'll create the first 3 or 4 so that you're up and running and you have something to send people when they come to your website. Step 4. Now, this is huge. This is going to save you 6 months of time in creating your own product. And it's going to give you a lot of peace. Borrow someone else's product. I'll say it again. Borrow someone else's product. Now, here's why. Now, if you try and create your own product up front, then it can be too much. It can be just way too much. There's so many things to handle around it. I don't want you to do that. My job is to keep you out of overwhelm and to give you peace and consistency and momentum. So that's why this was a big breakthrough in the 7-step process. So you pick a product that fits with your target market, something that's in demand, something you love. Ideally, you will have tested it out, and you do a deal with the owner of the product to simply refer people to them, and you take commission. It's often about a 50% split. Now just imagine you not having to handle credit card, merchant accounts, refunds, sales pages, sales copy, production of the product. There are so many things you don't have to worry about. You just send them onto the website and you take a commission every month.